Hi, I'm the sister who worked 3 jobs through high school to save $50,000 for my MIT engineering degree. Late shifts at the diner, weekend tutoring sessions, every birthday check deposited straight into my college fund. And when I discovered my brother had emptied my entire account for a Vegas gambling spree, I didn't just cry or beg for the money back. I picked up the phone and called his boss at the investment firm, where he managed other people's retirement accounts. Within 48 hours, his career was over, and by day 5, he was begging me not to press charges. But by then, the only thing I had left to decide was whether Harvard's full scholarship offer was worth accepting, or if I should take the even better opportunity that had just landed in my inbox. Before we jump back in, tell us where you're tuning in from, and if this story touches you, make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow I've saved something extra special for you. Madison Chen had always understood that exceptional achievements required exceptional sacrifice. At 17 years old, she possessed the rare combination of intellectual brilliance and work ethic that distinguished truly successful individuals from those who merely dreamed of success. Her bedroom wall displayed acceptance letters from MIT, Stanford, and Caltech, alongside a detailed spreadsheet tracking every dollar saved toward her engineering education fund over the past 4 years. The morning routine began at 5:30 a.m., with review of advanced calculus problems and physics equations that challenged students twice her age. Madison had been accepted into accelerated mathematics programs since middle school, consistently scoring in the 99th percentile on standardized assessments while maintaining perfect attendance and exemplary behavioral records. Her academic transcript reflected not just intellectual capability, but sustained commitment to excellence across multiple domains. The financial planning spreadsheet represented more than numbers. It documented 4 years of strategic sacrifice and systematic saving that demonstrated maturity far beyond her chronological age. Every entry recorded earnings from her 3 part-time positions: tutoring underclassmen in mathematics and science, weekend shifts at Murphy's Family Diner, and evening data entry work for a local accounting firm that appreciated her accuracy and reliability. Madison's approach to financial management reflected the same systematic thinking that characterized her academic performance. She had researched college costs extensively, analyzing tuition trends, living expenses, and educational loan terms, to develop comprehensive funding strategies that would minimize debt while maximizing educational opportunities. Her savings rate of 78% of earnings required careful budgeting and consistent discipline that few teenagers could maintain successfully. The college fund account had grown from initial birthday and holiday gifts to substantial savings through her own earnings and strategic financial planning. Madison had negotiated higher tutoring rates by documenting improved test scores among her students, demonstrating value creation that justified premium compensation. Her systematic approach to income generation and expense management had accumulated $50,000 in college savings by the end of her junior year. The engineering program at MIT represented the culmination of academic preparation that began in elementary school, when Madison first discovered her fascination with mathematical problem-solving and scientific inquiry. Her course selections throughout high school emphasized advanced mathematics, physics, chemistry, and computer science that would provide foundation knowledge for rigorous engineering education at the collegiate level. Madison's bedroom served as command center for academic excellence and financial planning activities. Multiple monitors displayed homework assignments, college application materials, and financial tracking spreadsheets that enabled comprehensive management of her educational preparation and funding strategies. Reference books covered topics ranging from advanced engineering concepts to personal finance management techniques that supported her strategic approach to college preparation. The relationship with her older brother Marcus had always involved complexity that Madison attributed to their different personalities and life priorities. Marcus Chen worked as junior portfolio manager at Prestige Financial Advisors, a regional investment firm that managed retirement accounts and educational savings plans for middle-class families throughout the Pacific Northwest. His professional role involved significant responsibility for client financial security and retirement planning success. Marcus possessed natural charisma and social intelligence that complemented his business degree and financial industry training. His career advancement had proceeded smoothly through networking abilities and relationship management skills that generated client confidence and supervisor approval. However, Madison had observed concerning patterns in his personal financial management that contrasted sharply with his professional responsibilities. The Chen family dynamics reflected traditional expectations regarding sibling support and collective success. Their parents, both immigrants who had built successful small businesses through decades of sacrifice and systematic effort, emphasized academic achievement and financial responsibility as essential values for long-term prosperity and family advancement. Madison had internalized these values completely, while Marcus seemed to struggle with consistent application of principles he understood intellectually. Madison's daily schedule required careful time management that balanced academic excellence with income generation and college preparation activities. Her morning hours were dedicated to advanced coursework and test preparation, afternoon sessions involved tutoring appointments with younger students, and evening shifts at Murphy's Diner provided steady income that supplemented her systematic savings program. The demanding schedule required physical stamina and mental discipline that Madison had developed through consistent practice. The tutoring business had expanded through word-of-mouth referrals from satisfied parents who appreciated Madison's ability to improve student performance through systematic instruction and personalized attention. Her teaching methodology emphasized fundamental concept mastery rather than superficial test preparation, generating sustainable improvement that justified higher compensation rates and consistent demand for her services throughout the academic year. Murphy's Family Diner provided Madison with customer service experience and practical business skills that complemented her academic preparation. The restaurant environment required multitasking abilities, stress management under pressure, and professional communication with diverse clientele that developed interpersonal skills valuable for future engineering collaboration and project management responsibilities. The data entry position at Henderson Accounting offered exposure to business operations and financial record management that enhanced Madison's understanding of corporate financial systems and accounting principles. Her accuracy rate of 99.7% had earned recognition from supervisors and additional responsibilities that increased her hourly compensation and professional development opportunities. Madison's college application strategy involved comprehensive research into engineering programs, faculty expertise, research opportunities, and career placement statistics that would influence her educational return on investment. Her application materials highlighted not just academic achievement but demonstrated leadership, work experience, and systematic approach to goal achievement that distinguished her candidacy from other high-performing applicants. The financial aid applications required detailed documentation of family income, asset holdings, and educational expenses that Madison had prepared meticulously to maximize scholarship opportunities and minimize loan requirements. Her systematic approach to financial aid optimization included research into merit-based scholarships, need-based grants, and work-study programs that could reduce total educational costs significantly. Madison's relationship with money reflected lessons learned from her immigrant parents, who had built financial security through careful planning, consistent saving, and strategic investment in education and business development. Her personal financial management habits included detailed expense tracking, systematic saving, and conservative spending that supported long-term educational and career objectives rather than immediate gratification. The college fund account at First National Bank represented more than savings. It symbolized Madison's commitment to educational excellence and financial independence through systematic effort and strategic planning. The account balance of $50,000 represented 4 years of sacrifice, discipline, and strategic income generation that would enable debt-free engineering education at a top-tier university. Madison's academic performance had attracted attention from college recruiters and scholarship committees who recognized exceptional potential for success in rigorous engineering programs. Her combination of mathematical aptitude, work experience, and demonstrated leadership positioned her competitively for merit-based financial aid that could supplement her personal savings and reduce total educational costs. The engineering field offered Madison opportunities to apply her systematic thinking and problem-solving abilities to challenges that could generate significant societal impact while providing professional satisfaction and financial security. Her research into engineering career paths emphasized emerging technologies and sustainability applications that aligned with her interests in environmental protection and renewable energy development. Madison's preparation for college included not just academic readiness, but practical skills in time management, financial planning, and professional communication that would support success in demanding educational environments. Her work experience had developed confidence and competence that would translate effectively to collegiate academic and social challenges. The systematic approach that characterized Madison's high school achievements reflected thinking patterns and work habits that would serve her throughout her engineering education and professional career. Her ability to set long-term goals, develop implementation strategies, and maintain consistent effort toward objective achievement demonstrated maturity and capability that predicted future success in challenging environments. As Madison reviewed her college fund balance and finalized application materials for her preferred engineering programs, she felt confident that her systematic preparation and financial planning had positioned her optimally for educational success, without the debt burden that constrained many students. Her 4 years of sacrifice and strategic effort had created foundation for achieving her engineering career objectives through excellent education at prestigious institutions. The evening routine included review of the day's earnings, updating financial tracking spreadsheets, and planning the following day's activities to maintain progress toward her educational and financial objectives. Madison's systematic approach to daily management reflected the same disciplined thinking that had generated exceptional academic performance and substantial college savings through consistent effort and strategic planning. Madison understood that her success resulted from systematic application of effective principles rather than natural talent alone. Her commitment to excellence, willingness to sacrifice immediate pleasures for long-term benefits, and strategic approach to goal achievement had created opportunities that would determine her future career trajectory and financial security throughout her professional life. The college fund account represented security and opportunity that Madison had earned through personal effort and strategic planning. The substantial balance reflected not just financial savings but demonstrated capability for systematic achievement that would serve her throughout her engineering education and professional career development. Her preparation had positioned her for success in competitive academic environments, where excellence would be expected and rewarded appropriately. As Madison prepared for sleep after another productive day of academic achievement and income generation, she reflected on the progress toward her educational objectives and the financial security that would enable pursuit of engineering excellence without compromise. Her systematic approach to high school preparation had created foundation for collegiate success and professional achievement that would justify the sacrifices required for exceptional accomplishment. Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel, it means a lot to us. Now back to the story. The first indication that something was catastrophically wrong came through Madison's monthly financial review routine on the third Tuesday of March. She had developed this systematic practice during sophomore year as part of her comprehensive approach to college financial planning, dedicating 2 hours each month to analyzing account balances, tracking savings progress, and adjusting budget allocations based on income fluctuations and expense patterns. Madison accessed her first national bank account through the secure online portal at exactly 7:30 p.m., following completion of her tutoring sessions and before beginning her evening shift at Murphy's Diner. The login process proceeded normally, displaying the familiar interface that had become reassuring through its consistent documentation of steady financial progress toward her MIT engineering education goals. The account balance displayed on the screen created immediate cognitive dissonance that challenged Madison's understanding of financial reality. Instead of the expected $50, $247.83 balance that should have reflected her recent tutoring payments and diner wages, the screen showed $127.15 in available funds. Madison blinked twice and refreshed the browser page, assuming the display represented temporary technical malfunction rather than actual account status. The refreshed page confirmed the devastating reality that $50.120.68 had disappeared from her college fund account between her previous monthly review and the current date. Madison's systematic record-keeping immediately provided reference point for verification, as her detailed spreadsheets tracked every deposit, withdrawal, and interest payment since the account's establishment 4 years earlier. The transaction history revealed 5 substantial withdrawals occurring over the past 3 weeks, each bearing electronic authorization codes and timestamps that indicated legitimate account access rather than external fraud or banking error. The withdrawal amounts were strategically sized to avoid triggering automatic bank notifications that might have alerted Madison to unauthorized activity before complete account depletion occurred. Madison's initial response involved methodical verification of the transaction data rather than emotional reaction to the financial devastation. Her scientific mindset emphasized evidence gathering and systematic analysis before drawing conclusions or implementing response strategies. The transaction details provided clear digital forensics that would support whatever action became necessary to address the theft. The electronic signatures associated with each withdrawal matched the authorized user profile for Marcus Chen, whose name had been added to the account 3 years earlier, when Madison needed adult co-signer authorization for certain banking services. The joint account structure had been established for practical convenience and parental oversight, never anticipating that familial access could enable systematic theft of college education funds. Madison printed comprehensive transaction histories and account statements that documented the theft with precision that would satisfy legal requirements for fraud prosecution or civil recovery proceedings. Her systematic approach to evidence preservation reflected both her scientific training and practical understanding that financial crimes required thorough documentation for successful resolution through legal or institutional channels. The timing of the withdrawals coincided with Marcus's recent complaints about financial pressures and lifestyle maintenance costs that Madison had attributed to normal young professional adjustment challenges rather than serious financial distress. His comments about investment opportunities and get-rich-quick schemes suddenly acquired sinister significance when viewed through the lens of systematic theft from his sister's college education fund. Madison's emotional processing of the betrayal involved careful analysis of family dynamics and relationship patterns that might have predicted such devastating violation of trust. Her scientific approach to understanding human behavior emphasized objective evaluation rather than emotional judgment, though the personal injury remained profound despite analytical methodology. The immediate practical implications of the theft extended beyond financial loss to comprehensive disruption of educational planning and career trajectory preparation. Madison's systematic college funding strategy had been predicated on substantial personal savings, supplementing merit-based scholarships and minimal student loan requirements. The theft eliminated her financial foundation and threatened her ability to attend preferred engineering programs without crushing debt burdens. Madison's response protocol involved immediate implementation of damage control measures designed to protect remaining assets and prevent additional unauthorized access to her financial accounts. She contacted First National Bank Security Services to report unauthorized withdrawals and request immediate account restrictions that would prevent further theft while preserving evidence for investigation and potential legal proceedings. The bank security representative explained that joint account holders possessed equal authorization for withdrawals regardless of deposit source or intended purpose, meaning that Marcus's access had been technically legitimate, despite moral and ethical violations inherent in stealing his sister's college education funds. The legal framework protecting joint account holders created obstacles for fraud prosecution that would require civil rather than criminal legal action. Madison's conversation with bank security lasted 47 minutes and provided education in financial law and banking regulations that supplemented her practical understanding of money management and account protection strategies. The representative confirmed that civil recovery represented the most viable option for fund restoration, though success would depend on Marcus's ability to repay the stolen amount. The documentation process included completion of formal incident reports and authorization for internal bank investigation that would provide additional evidence supporting civil recovery efforts. Madison's systematic approach to bureaucratic requirements demonstrated professionalism and competence that impressed bank personnel and facilitated comprehensive investigation authorization. Madison's evening routine included strategic planning sessions designed to evaluate response options and develop implementation timelines for addressing the financial crisis. Her scientific methodology emphasized comprehensive analysis of available alternatives rather than reactive decision-making that might compromise long-term objectives or create additional complications. The strategic alternatives available to Madison included direct confrontation with Marcus, involvement of parents in family intervention processes, civil legal action for fund recovery, and adaptation of college funding strategies to accommodate reduced financial resources. Each option presented advantages and disadvantages that required careful evaluation based on probability of success and potential consequences. Madison's research into Marcus's recent activities revealed concerning patterns of behavior that suggested more serious problems than isolated poor judgment or temporary financial pressure. His social media posts documented expensive entertainment activities and luxury purchases that indicated substantial expenditures inconsistent with his professional income and responsible financial management. The investigation process included discreet inquiries among mutual acquaintances and professional contacts that might provide insight into Marcus's financial situation and recent activities. Madison's systematic approach to information gathering emphasized verification through multiple sources, rather than reliance on single data points that might be misleading or incomplete. Madison's professional network included several contacts within the financial services industry who provided perspective on typical career trajectories and compensation structures for investment firm employees. Their insights suggested that Marcus's lifestyle expenditures exceeded reasonable expectations for his professional position and experience level, indicating potential financial distress or unrealistic spending patterns. The evening's analysis concluded with Madison developing preliminary response strategies that prioritized fund recovery while preserving family relationships and avoiding unnecessary legal complications. Her systematic approach emphasized proportional response that would address the theft effectively without creating permanent damage to family dynamics or Marcus's professional reputation, unless such consequences became necessary for successful resolution. Madison's documentation process included detailed timeline reconstruction that established precise dates and circumstances surrounding the theft, providing foundation for civil legal action if direct negotiation proved unsuccessful. Her scientific training in evidence collection and analysis created comprehensive case preparation that would support various response strategies depending on Marcus's cooperation level. The emotional impact of the betrayal required careful management to maintain focus on practical solutions, rather than allowing anger and disappointment to compromise decision-making effectiveness. Madison's systematic approach to stress management included physical exercise, meditation practices, and rational analysis techniques that supported clear thinking during crisis situations. Madison's evaluation of college funding alternatives included comprehensive research into emergency financial aid programs, additional scholarship opportunities, and accelerated earning strategies that might offset the stolen funds through increased income generation. Her systematic approach to crisis management emphasized adaptation and solution development, rather than passive acceptance of negative circumstances. The research process revealed several scholarship programs specifically designed for students facing unexpected financial emergencies, including theft or family financial crisis situations. Madison's exceptional academic record and demonstrated need would position her competitively for emergency assistance programs that could partially offset the impact of the stolen college funds. Madison's analysis of increased earning potential included evaluation of summer internship opportunities, expanded tutoring services, and additional part-time employment that could accelerate savings accumulation over the remaining months before college enrollment. Her systematic approach to income optimization required careful balance between earning activities and maintenance of academic excellence necessary for scholarship retention. The evening concluded with Madison developing comprehensive action plans that addressed both immediate crisis management and long-term educational funding strategies. Her systematic methodology created frameworks for pursuing multiple parallel approaches to fund recovery and alternative financing that would maximize probability of successful college education completion, regardless of theft resolution outcomes. Madison's reflection on the situation emphasized the importance of systematic financial protection and family relationship management that could prevent similar problems in future circumstances. Her scientific approach to learning from adversity included identification of preventive measures and improved security protocols that would protect against comparable threats to educational and financial objectives. The betrayal represented more than financial loss. It constituted violation of trust and family loyalty that challenged Madison's assumptions about relationship reliability and sibling support during critical life transitions. Her systematic approach to emotional processing included rational analysis of relationship dynamics and development of realistic expectations for family interaction moving forward. Madison's preparation for confronting Marcus included careful consideration of communication strategies and negotiation approaches that would maximize probability of successful fund recovery while maintaining professional composure and family relationship preservation possibilities. Her systematic methodology emphasized evidence-based discussion rather than emotional confrontation that might reduce cooperation likelihood. As Madison concluded her evening analysis and prepared for sleep, she understood that the theft represented significant challenge to her educational objectives, but not insurmountable obstacle for determined and systematic response. Her scientific training and practical experience in problem-solving provided confidence that comprehensive planning and strategic action could address the crisis effectively while advancing her long-term career development goals despite temporary setbacks. Madison's strategic planning throughout the night had crystallized into a comprehensive approach that emphasized evidence presentation and professional communication rather than emotional confrontation. Her methodology reflected the same systematic thinking that had generated academic excellence and financial success throughout high school. The morning confrontation with Marcus would test her ability to maintain composure, while addressing the most serious betrayal she had ever experienced within family relationships. The timing of the confrontation was calculated to maximize Marcus's availability and minimize external distractions that might compromise the serious nature of the discussion. Madison had determined that Saturday morning at their parents' house would provide appropriate setting for family conversation, while ensuring that witnesses were present to observe Marcus's responses and prevent any attempts at manipulation or denial of the documented theft. Madison arrived at the family home at precisely 9 a.m., carrying a leather portfolio containing comprehensive documentation of the theft, including bank statements, transaction histories, and timeline analysis that established clear evidence of unauthorized fund removal. Her professional presentation would demonstrate the seriousness of the situation while maintaining dignity and family respect throughout the difficult conversation process. The Chen family home provided neutral territory where both siblings could engage in serious discussion without advantage to either party. The familiar environment offered emotional comfort, while the presence of their parents would ensure that conversation remained respectful and productive, rather than degenerating into personal attacks or emotional manipulation that might compromise resolution prospects. Marcus was preparing breakfast in the kitchen when Madison entered, displaying casual demeanor that suggested complete unawareness of the financial crisis he had created through systematic theft of his sister's college education funds. His relaxed attitude provided stark contrast to the devastating impact his actions had generated on Madison's educational planning and financial security. Madison's opening statement was delivered with professional clarity and controlled emotion that demonstrated her commitment to factual discussion rather than personal confrontation. She requested private conversation with Marcus to address serious financial matters that required immediate attention and resolution. Her tone conveyed urgency without revealing the specific nature of the crisis until appropriate privacy was established. Marcus's initial response reflected casual dismissal that suggested he did not comprehend the seriousness of Madison's request for private discussion. His body language and verbal responses indicated assumption that the conversation would involve routine family financial planning rather than confrontation regarding substantial theft and betrayal of trust. The transition to private conversation occurred in the family library, a quiet space that provided appropriate atmosphere for serious discussion, while remaining within the family home environment. Madison closed the door and established formal meeting context that would signal to Marcus the gravity of the situation requiring immediate attention and honest communication. Madison's presentation of evidence began with systematic documentation of her college fund account status and recent transaction history that demonstrated clear financial impact of unauthorized withdrawals. Her professional approach emphasized objective facts rather than emotional accusations, allowing the evidence to establish the case for theft without requiring inflammatory language or personal attacks. The bank statements and transaction records provided irrefutable evidence of systematic fund removal that could not be attributed to banking errors or external fraud. Madison's methodical presentation included timestamps, authorization codes, and withdrawal patterns that established clear responsibility for the theft, while maintaining professional documentation standards that would support legal action if necessary. Marcus's initial reaction to the evidence presentation involved several stages of response that revealed his awareness of wrongdoing and concern about consequences. His first attempt involved denial and suggestion that the transaction records contained errors or misrepresentations that could be resolved through banking investigation rather than family confrontation. Madison's systematic refutation of Marcus's denial attempts included presentation of additional evidence that confirmed the accuracy of banking records and eliminated possibility of institutional error. Her comprehensive preparation anticipated deflection strategies and provided multiple verification sources that established definitive proof of unauthorized fund removal. The second phase of Marcus's response involved admission of fund access but justification based on temporary financial emergency and intention to restore the money before Madison required college funds. His explanation revealed understanding that the withdrawals constituted theft while attempting to minimize moral responsibility through claims of emergency circumstances and restoration planning. Madison's analysis of Marcus's justification emphasized the systematic nature of the withdrawals and absence of emergency communication that would have enabled family discussion of alternative solutions to financial pressures. Her professional response demonstrated that emergency circumstances did not justify theft, and that proper family communication could have addressed legitimate financial needs through appropriate channels. Marcus's detailed explanation of his financial crisis revealed extensive gambling activities in Las Vegas that had resulted in substantial losses requiring immediate cash infusion to avoid professional and personal consequences. His description of the gambling problems provided context for the theft while confirming that Madison's college funds had been used for recreational activities rather than legitimate emergency expenses. The revelation of gambling addiction created additional complexity for resolution discussions, while confirming that fund recovery would be extremely difficult given the nature of the losses. Madison's systematic analysis of the situation had to accommodate the reality that simple repayment might not be feasible if Marcus's financial problems extended beyond the immediate theft to broader addiction issues requiring professional intervention. Madison's response to the gambling addiction revelation emphasized the distinction between personal problems and theft of family resources that damaged other people's educational opportunities and financial security. Her professional communication maintained focus on fund recovery and consequence management, rather than attempting to address underlying addiction issues that required specialized professional assistance. Marcus's emotional breakdown during the confrontation revealed genuine remorse and understanding of the devastating impact his actions had created for Madison's educational planning. His tearful apologies and promises of repayment provided evidence of moral awareness while raising questions about his practical ability to restore the stolen funds within relevant timeframes. Madison's evaluation of Marcus's emotional responses required careful distinction between genuine remorse and manipulative behavior designed to avoid consequences for serious financial crimes. Her systematic approach to human behavior analysis emphasized objective assessment of proposed solutions, rather than emotional reactions to apologies that might not translate into effective restitution. The discussion of repayment options revealed the impractical nature of Marcus's financial situation and his inability to restore the stolen funds through normal income and expense management. His professional salary and existing financial obligations made immediate restoration impossible, while creating uncertainty about long-term recovery prospects that might extend beyond Madison's college enrollment timeline. Madison's strategic planning had anticipated the repayment difficulties and included alternative consequence frameworks that could address the theft through professional and legal channels if family resolution proved inadequate. Her systematic approach emphasized proportional response that would protect her educational interests while providing Marcus with opportunities for voluntary cooperation before external intervention became necessary. The conversation's conclusion included establishment of specific timeline expectations for Marcus to develop comprehensive repayment plan that would address Madison's college funding requirements within practical timeframes. Madison's professional communication emphasized that failure to provide adequate resolution would necessitate involvement of external authorities, including legal professionals and Marcus's employer. Marcus's response to the consequence framework revealed understanding of the serious professional implications that could result from theft documentation and legal intervention. His career in financial services would be particularly vulnerable to criminal charges or civil litigation related to theft of family funds, creating powerful motivation for cooperation and voluntary resolution. Madison's documentation of the confrontation conversation included detailed notes regarding Marcus's admissions, explanations, and commitment to resolution efforts. Her systematic approach to evidence preservation would support future legal action while providing comprehensive record of family intervention attempts that demonstrated good faith effort to resolve the matter privately. The emotional impact of the confrontation required careful management to maintain Madison's focus on practical solutions rather than allowing family relationship damage to compromise her strategic objectives. Her systematic approach to stress management included recognition that family dynamics had been permanently altered, while maintaining commitment to educational goals that transcended immediate crisis circumstances. Madison's evaluation of the confrontation results emphasized the confirmation of theft and establishment of Marcus's awareness of consequences, while recognizing the practical limitations of family-based resolution given the scope of financial loss and gambling addiction complications. Her strategic planning would need to accommodate these realities while maintaining progress toward college enrollment objectives. The afternoon following the confrontation was dedicated to comprehensive analysis of Marcus's cooperation prospects and development of alternative strategies that would protect Madison's educational interests, regardless of his ability to restore stolen funds. Her systematic methodology emphasized preparation for multiple scenarios rather than dependence on uncertain family cooperation. Madison's research into legal remedies for family theft provided understanding of civil recovery options and criminal prosecution possibilities that could supplement or replace family negotiation efforts. Her comprehensive approach to crisis management included professional consultation that would optimize response effectiveness while minimizing unnecessary family relationship damage. The strategic planning process included timeline development that coordinated college application deadlines with legal action requirements and family resolution efforts. Madison's systematic approach emphasized maintaining all viable options while establishing clear decision points that would determine escalation to external intervention if family cooperation proved inadequate. Madison's evening reflection on the confrontation emphasized the professional manner in which she had addressed the crisis while maintaining family relationship preservation possibilities. Her systematic approach had established clear expectations and consequences, while providing Marcus with opportunities for voluntary cooperation that could minimize damage to family dynamics and professional relationships. The confrontation had confirmed Madison's worst fears regarding the theft while providing foundation for strategic response that would protect her educational objectives, regardless of Marcus's cooperation level. Her systematic preparation and professional communication had established clear framework for resolution that would support her college funding requirements through family cooperation or external intervention as circumstances required. The 72 hours following Madison's confrontation with Marcus provided a critical evaluation period during which she applied systematic analysis to determine the most effective course of action for protecting her educational objectives while addressing the theft through appropriate channels. Her methodical approach to crisis resolution emphasized comprehensive evaluation of available options rather than reactive decision-making that might compromise long-term strategic goals or create unnecessary complications. Madison's decision-making framework incorporated multiple evaluation criteria including probability of fund recovery, timeline compatibility with college enrollment requirements, potential impact on family relationships, and moral implications of various response strategies. Her systematic methodology ensured that emotional factors would be balanced against practical considerations to generate optimal outcomes for her educational advancement and personal integrity. The research phase of Madison's strategic planning included comprehensive investigation into Marcus's professional environment at Prestige Financial Advisors to understand the regulatory framework and ethical standards that governed his employment within the financial services industry. Her analysis revealed that investment professionals were subject to strict fiduciary requirements and background check procedures that made financial misconduct particularly serious for career preservation and advancement prospects. Madison's investigation into financial industry regulations revealed that employees managing client retirement accounts and educational savings plans were required to maintain impeccable personal financial conduct and ethical standards that protected client confidence and institutional integrity. The discovery that Marcus had engaged in gambling activities while stealing family funds created clear violations of professional standards that could justify immediate termination and industry blacklisting. The systematic research process included analysis of Securities and Exchange Commission regulations, financial industry regulatory authority requirements, and state-level licensing standards that established clear expectations for personal conduct among investment professionals. Madison's comprehensive understanding of regulatory frameworks provided strategic advantage in evaluating escalation options that could generate meaningful consequences for Marcus's theft, while protecting her own interests. Madison's analysis of Marcus's specific role at Prestige Financial Advisors revealed that he managed approximately 47 client accounts, with combined assets exceeding $12 million in retirement and educational savings. His professional responsibilities included fiduciary duty to protect client financial interests while maintaining personal conduct standards that supported institutional reputation and regulatory compliance requirements. The investigation process included discrete research into Prestige Financial Advisors, client base and organizational culture through publicly available information and professional networking contacts within the financial services industry. Madison's systematic approach to intelligence gathering provided comprehensive understanding of the firm's reputation management priorities and likely response to employee financial misconduct allegations. Madison's evaluation of potential consequences for Marcus's career included analysis of industry-wide standards for addressing employee theft and gambling problems that could compromise client confidence and regulatory compliance. Her research revealed that financial services firms typically implemented zero-tolerance policies for personal financial misconduct that could reflect poorly on institutional integrity and client protection capabilities. The strategic planning process included comprehensive risk assessment for various response options ranging from continued family negotiation to formal legal action, and professional reporting that could generate immediate career consequences for Marcus, while potentially facilitating fund recovery through employment termination settlements or civil litigation proceedings. Madison's analysis of timing considerations emphasized the importance of coordinating response strategies with college application deadlines and financial aid processing requirements that could influence her educational options and funding alternatives. Her systematic approach to timeline management ensured that crisis resolution efforts would support rather than compromise her academic advancement objectives. The moral framework guiding Madison's decision-making process emphasized personal integrity and ethical responsibility while considering family relationship preservation and proportional response to the severity of Marcus's actions. Her systematic evaluation included consideration of potential long-term consequences for all family members, while prioritizing protection of her educational opportunities and financial security. Madison's research into civil legal remedies revealed that family theft cases often required extensive litigation periods that might not provide timely resolution for college funding requirements. The practical limitations of legal recovery through civil courts suggested that alternative approaches might generate more effective results within relevant timeframes for educational planning purposes. The investigation into professional reporting options revealed that financial industry employers were required to investigate employee misconduct allegations thoroughly and implement appropriate disciplinary measures that could include termination and regulatory reporting requirements. Madison's analysis suggested that professional consequences might provide more immediate and effective resolution than traditional legal remedies. Madison's systematic evaluation of family dynamics included consideration of her parents, likely responses to various escalation strategies, and the potential impact on sibling relationships and household stability. Her analysis emphasized the importance of transparent communication with family members while maintaining focus on practical resolution that would protect her educational interests effectively. The decision-making process included consultation with trusted mentors and advisors who could provide perspective on professional ethics and strategic response options for addressing serious financial misconduct within family relationships. Madison's systematic approach to advice seeking emphasized objective analysis rather than emotional support during crisis resolution planning. Madison's evaluation of Marcus's cooperation prospects during the post-confrontation period revealed minimal progress toward practical resolution despite his expressed remorse and repayment commitments. His failure to develop realistic restoration timelines or demonstrate meaningful progress toward fund recovery suggested that voluntary family resolution would be inadequate for protecting Madison's educational objectives. The analysis of Marcus's financial situation included review of his professional income, existing debt obligations, and lifestyle expenditures that indicated substantial barriers to rapid fund restoration through normal savings and expense reduction strategies. Madison's systematic assessment confirmed that expecting timely repayment through Marcus's voluntary efforts would be unrealistic given his financial constraints and gambling addiction issues. Madison's research into gambling addiction recovery revealed that financial restitution often required extended periods and professional intervention that exceeded the timeframes necessary for college funding decisions. Her practical understanding of addiction treatment suggested that depending on Marcus's recovery progress would compromise her educational timeline requirements. The strategic analysis included evaluation of alternative funding sources that could supplement or replace the stolen college funds through accelerated earning strategies, emergency scholarship applications, and modified educational planning that might accommodate reduced financial resources. Madison's comprehensive approach to crisis adaptation emphasized maintaining educational excellence while adjusting funding strategies to current circumstances. Madison's investigation into emergency financial aid programs revealed several options specifically designed for students facing unexpected financial crises, including family theft situations. Her exceptional academic record and documented need would position her competitively for emergency assistance programs that could partially offset the impact of stolen funds while maintaining access to preferred educational institutions. The research process included analysis of work-study programs, accelerated scholarship opportunities, and alternative educational pathways that could achieve her engineering career objectives while accommodating modified financial circumstances. Madison's systematic approach to educational planning emphasized flexibility and adaptation, rather than rigid adherence to original plans that might no longer be feasible. Madison's evaluation of professional reporting as the optimal response strategy emphasized several key advantages, including immediate consequences for Marcus's misconduct, potential for employment-related settlement that could facilitate fund recovery, and establishment of clear precedent that financial theft would generate serious professional repercussions regardless of family relationships. The decision to pursue professional reporting was supported by Madison's analysis of regulatory requirements that made financial misconduct particularly serious for investment professionals, while providing institutional mechanisms for addressing employee behavior that violated industry standards and client protection requirements. Her systematic approach confirmed that professional consequences represented the most effective available remedy. Madison's preparation for professional reporting included comprehensive documentation of the theft, Marcus's admissions during family confrontation, and evidence of his gambling activities that violated financial industry conduct standards. Her methodical approach to evidence compilation would support formal misconduct allegations while maintaining professional credibility throughout the reporting process. The strategic communication plan for professional reporting emphasized factual presentation and regulatory compliance concerns, rather than personal grievances or family conflicts that might compromise the credibility of misconduct allegations. Madison's systematic approach to professional communication would ensure that her concerns received appropriate attention and investigation from Marcus's employer. Madison's timeline for implementing professional reporting coordinated with college application deadlines and family communication requirements to maximize effectiveness while minimizing unnecessary relationship damage. Her strategic planning included preparation for various response scenarios and potential escalation requirements depending on institutional cooperation and investigation outcomes. The emotional preparation for professional reporting included recognition that family relationships would be permanently altered, while maintaining focus on protecting her educational objectives and establishing appropriate consequences for serious financial misconduct. Madison's systematic approach to stress management would support her ability to implement difficult decisions while preserving personal integrity throughout the crisis resolution process. Madison's final decision to contact Prestige Financial Advisors represented the culmination of systematic analysis and strategic planning that prioritized practical resolution of the theft while maintaining professional standards and personal dignity throughout the challenging process. Her methodical approach had generated clear justification for escalation, based on Marcus's failure to provide adequate family resolution and the severity of his professional conduct violations. The decision reflected Madison's commitment to systematic problem-solving and strategic thinking that had characterized her academic success and would continue to guide her response to challenging circumstances throughout her educational and professional development. Her willingness to take difficult action when necessary demonstrated maturity and integrity that would serve her effectively in engineering career environments requiring decisive leadership and ethical decision-making. Madison's preparation for contacting Prestige Financial Advisors reflected the same systematic methodology that had characterized her academic excellence and crisis management throughout the theft investigation. Her approach emphasized professional communication standards and comprehensive documentation that would establish credibility while ensuring appropriate attention to serious misconduct allegations that violated financial industry ethical requirements and regulatory compliance standards. The timing of Madison's contact with Prestige Financial Advisors was strategically calculated to occur during standard business hours, when senior management and compliance personnel would be available to address serious employee conduct violations. Her research had identified Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. as optimal timing for reaching decision-makers who possessed authority to initiate formal investigations and implement appropriate disciplinary measures. Madison's communication strategy involved direct contact with the firm's compliance department, rather than general reception or human resources personnel, who might lack specialized knowledge of financial industry regulations and misconduct reporting procedures. Her systematic approach ensured that her allegations would receive immediate attention from professionals trained to address regulatory violations and employee ethical breaches. The comprehensive documentation package Madison had prepared included bank statements demonstrating the systematic theft, transaction records establishing Marcus's authorization of unauthorized withdrawals, timeline analysis documenting the scope of financial misconduct, and written summary of his gambling addiction admissions that violated professional conduct standards for investment advisors managing client retirement accounts. Madison's telephone contact with Prestige Financial Advisors commenced at precisely 10:07 a.m., when she reached Senior Compliance Officer Janet Richardson, whose professional background included 15 years of regulatory oversight experience and specialized expertise in employee misconduct investigations. Richardson's immediate attention to Madison's concerns reflected institutional commitment to addressing conduct violations that could compromise client confidence and regulatory standing. The initial conversation established Madison's credibility through systematic presentation of documented evidence and professional communication style that demonstrated serious intent rather than family dispute or personal grievance. Madison's methodical approach to presenting factual information without emotional appeals generated immediate recognition from Richardson, but the allegations required formal investigation and potential regulatory reporting. Richardson's questions during the initial telephone conversation revealed comprehensive understanding of financial industry compliance requirements and recognition that employee gambling problems combined with family theft represented serious violations of fiduciary responsibility and professional conduct standards. Her systematic inquiry methodology confirmed institutional commitment to thorough investigation and appropriate disciplinary action. Madison's responses to Richardson's detailed questions demonstrated thorough preparation and comprehensive understanding of the misconduct implications for both Marcus's professional standing and the firm's regulatory compliance obligations. Her systematic presentation of evidence and timeline documentation provided foundation for formal investigation while establishing clear basis for immediate disciplinary consideration. The conversation duration of 43 minutes reflected Richardson's recognition of the serious nature of Madison's allegations and the comprehensive evidence supporting claims of employee financial misconduct that violated multiple professional standards and regulatory requirements. Richardson's detailed note-taking and systematic questioning confirmed that Madison's concerns would receive full investigation attention and appropriate follow-up actions. Richardson's explanation of institutional investigation procedures included immediate suspension of Marcus's client access pending completion of misconduct inquiry, formal documentation of allegations for regulatory compliance purposes, and coordination with legal counsel to evaluate potential criminal referral requirements based on investigation findings and evidence analysis. Madison's professional demeanor throughout the conversation generated Richardson's confidence in the credibility of misconduct allegations while demonstrating Madison's commitment to factual reporting rather than vindictive family dispute resolution. Richardson's assessment of Madison's communication style and evidence presentation confirmed that the allegations warranted serious institutional attention and comprehensive investigation protocols. The immediate institutional response included Richardson's authorization of temporary suspension for Marcus's access to client accounts and firm financial systems pending completion of formal misconduct investigation. This precautionary measure reflected standard industry practices for addressing employee conduct allegations that could compromise client protection and institutional compliance requirements. Madison's request for confidentiality regarding her identity as the reporting party was accommodated through Richardson's explanation of whistleblower protection procedures and institutional commitment to protecting individuals who report employee misconduct in good faith. Madison's systematic approach to personal protection demonstrated professional understanding of potential retaliation risks and appropriate safeguard requirements. Richardson's commitment to providing Madison with regular updates regarding investigation progress and disciplinary actions reflected institutional recognition of her legitimate interest in misconduct resolution and appreciation for her professional approach to reporting serious ethical violations. The systematic communication plan would ensure Madison remained informed while maintaining appropriate confidentiality boundaries. The documentation requirements for formal investigation included Madison's authorization for institutional access to relevant banking records and transaction documentation that would support comprehensive analysis of Marcus's financial misconduct and gambling activities. Madison's systematic cooperation with investigation requirements demonstrated commitment to thorough resolution rather than superficial inquiry. Richardson's explanation of potential disciplinary outcomes included immediate termination for cause, regulatory reporting to Securities and Exchange Commission and Financial Industry Regulatory Authority databases, and civil recovery procedures that could facilitate restitution for theft victims through employment settlement agreements or insurance claims processing. Madison's understanding of potential recovery mechanisms through institutional disciplinary procedures provided strategic advantage compared to individual civil litigation that might require extensive legal expenses and uncertain outcome probabilities. The systematic approach through professional reporting offered more efficient resolution prospects with institutional resources supporting investigation and enforcement activities. The immediate implementation of Marcus's account access suspension generated automatic notification protocols that informed relevant supervisors and compliance personnel about pending misconduct investigation. Richardson's explanation of notification procedures confirmed that Marcus would be immediately aware of formal allegations while preventing continued access to client funds during investigation completion. Madison's systematic documentation of the conversation with Richardson included detailed notes regarding investigation timelines, expected disciplinary procedures, and communication protocols that would govern ongoing interaction between the reporting party and institutional compliance personnel. Her methodical approach to record-keeping would support continued engagement throughout the investigation process. Richardson's professional assessment of Madison's allegations emphasized the serious nature of employee gambling, combined with family theft as indicators of financial stress and ethical compromise that could affect client protection and fiduciary responsibility performance. Her systematic evaluation confirmed that Madison's concerns aligned with regulatory priorities and institutional risk management requirements. The conversation conclusion included Richardson's commitment to initiating formal investigation within 24 hours and providing Madison with preliminary findings within 1 week of evidence analysis completion. The systematic timeline reflected institutional urgency regarding employee misconduct that could affect regulatory compliance and client confidence in firm integrity. Madison's satisfaction with Richardson's professional response and systematic investigation commitment provided confidence that her strategic decision to pursue professional reporting would generate appropriate consequences for Marcus's misconduct, while potentially facilitating fund recovery through institutional disciplinary procedures and settlement negotiations. The afternoon following Madison's contact with Prestige Financial Advisors was dedicated to comprehensive documentation of the conversation and strategic planning for potential follow-up requirements during the investigation process. Her systematic approach to crisis management emphasized maintaining detailed records while preparing for various outcome scenarios that might require additional evidence or testimony. Madison's analysis of Richardson's responses during the initial conversation confirmed that her systematic preparation and professional communication had generated optimal institutional attention and investigation commitment. The immediate implementation of precautionary measures regarding Marcus's account access demonstrated institutional seriousness about addressing employee misconduct allegations appropriately. The strategic implications of institutional investigation included potential for rapid resolution through employment disciplinary procedures that could generate more effective outcomes than individual legal action or family negotiation efforts. Madison's systematic evaluation of response options had identified professional reporting as optimal strategy for protecting her educational interests while establishing appropriate consequences for serious misconduct. Madison's preparation for potential investigation testimony included systematic review of evidence, documentation, and timeline analysis that would support comprehensive understanding of Marcus's financial misconduct and gambling activities. Her methodical approach to evidence presentation would ensure maximum effectiveness during formal investigation procedures while maintaining credibility throughout the process. The emotional impact of implementing professional reporting required careful management to maintain Madison's focus on practical resolution, rather than allowing family relationship concerns to compromise her commitment to appropriate consequence enforcement. Her systematic approach to stress management included recognition that protecting her educational objectives required decisive action, despite potential family disruption. Madison's strategic communication with family members following institutional contact emphasized her commitment to appropriate consequence enforcement, while maintaining respect for family relationships that could be preserved despite Marcus's misconduct. Her systematic approach to family dynamics balanced transparency requirements with protection of ongoing investigation procedures. The evening reflection period included Madison's analysis of institutional response quality and investigation timeline expectations that would influence her continued cooperation with formal misconduct inquiry procedures. Her systematic evaluation confirmed that Richardson's professional competence and institutional commitment provided strong foundation for effective resolution of the theft and appropriate disciplinary action. Madison's research into similar employee misconduct cases within the financial services industry provided perspective on typical investigation outcomes and disciplinary precedents that suggested favorable prospects for comprehensive resolution through institutional procedures. Her systematic analysis of case precedents confirmed that her strategic decision to pursue professional reporting aligned with successful resolution patterns for comparable misconduct situations. The strategic planning for continued institutional cooperation included Madison's preparation for potential testimony requirements and evidence presentation that would support thorough investigation and appropriate disciplinary determination. Her methodical approach to investigation support would ensure maximum effectiveness in achieving fund recovery and establishing appropriate consequences for Marcus's serious ethical violations and professional misconduct. The institutional machinery at Prestige Financial Advisors moved with systematic precision following Madison's formal misconduct report to Senior Compliance Officer Janet Richardson. The firm's established protocols for addressing employee ethical violations reflected comprehensive regulatory requirements and risk management procedures that protected both client interests and institutional reputation within the competitive financial services marketplace. Richardson's immediate implementation of Marcus's account access suspension generated automated notification systems that informed relevant supervisors, compliance personnel, and senior management about pending misconduct investigation requiring immediate attention and systematic response. The institutional framework ensured that serious ethical violations received appropriate priority while maintaining confidentiality requirements and due process protections for all involved parties. Marcus discovered his suspended access status at 11:47 a.m. when his login credentials were rejected by the firm's client management system during routine morning account review procedures. The technical restriction prevented his access to client portfolios, transaction authorization capabilities, and internal communication systems pending completion of formal misconduct investigation and disciplinary determination processes. The immediate notification to Marcus's direct supervisor, Regional Investment Manager David Thornton, triggered emergency consultation procedures designed to assess potential client impact and implement appropriate damage control measures while maintaining confidentiality regarding specific misconduct allegations under investigation. Thornton's 15 years of supervisory experience included management of several employee disciplinary situations requiring sensitive handling and systematic resolution approaches. Marcus's confusion regarding the technical access restriction prompted immediate contact with information technology support personnel, who directed him to Richardson's compliance department for resolution of account access issues. The systematic routing of his inquiry ensured that misconduct investigation procedures would be implemented appropriately while providing Marcus with due process notification regarding formal allegations and investigation timelines. Richardson's meeting with Marcus commenced at 1:15 p.m. in the firm's formal conference room, a neutral environment designed to facilitate serious disciplinary discussions while maintaining professional atmosphere and appropriate documentation protocols. The systematic approach to employee notification reflected institutional commitment to fair treatment, while ensuring comprehensive investigation of serious misconduct allegations. The formal notification process included Richardson's presentation of misconduct allegations supported by documented evidence provided by Madison during her morning telephone conversation with compliance personnel. Marcus's initial response demonstrated recognition of the serious nature of allegations while revealing understanding that professional consequences could include termination and regulatory reporting requirements. Marcus's immediate denial of wrongdoing evolved rapidly into admission of family financial difficulties and gambling activities when confronted with specific evidence of unauthorized fund withdrawals from Madison's college savings account. His systematic acknowledgement of factual allegations confirmed the accuracy of Madison's reporting while establishing foundation for comprehensive investigation and appropriate disciplinary determination. Richardson's documentation of Marcus's admissions included detailed recording of his gambling addiction acknowledgement, confirmation of Las Vegas activities funded through stolen family resources, and recognition that his personal financial conduct violated professional standards required for maintaining client trust and regulatory compliance within the financial services industry. The investigation procedures included immediate coordination with Prestige Financial Advisors, legal counsel to evaluate potential criminal referral requirements, and civil liability implications for the firm regarding employee misconduct that violated fiduciary responsibilities and professional conduct standards. The systematic legal consultation ensured appropriate protection of institutional interests while maintaining compliance with regulatory reporting obligations. Marcus's desperate attempts to minimize the severity of his misconduct included promises of immediate fund restitution and claims that gambling activities represented temporary aberration rather than systematic pattern requiring professional intervention and career consequences. His emotional appeals reflected understanding of potential disciplinary outcomes while demonstrating limited appreciation for the professional standards he had violated through theft and gambling conduct. Richardson's systematic evaluation of Marcus's explanations and restitution promises emphasized the institutional requirement for immediate termination of employees who violated fiduciary trust through personal financial misconduct that could compromise client confidence and regulatory compliance. Her professional assessment confirmed that gambling addiction combined with family theft represented incompatible behavior for financial services employment requiring absolute integrity and ethical conduct. The formal termination procedures implemented during the afternoon meeting included immediate revocation of Marcus's employment authorization, collection of firm property including identification credentials and electronic access devices, and coordination with security personnel to ensure orderly departure while maintaining confidentiality regarding specific misconduct allegations pending completion of investigation documentation. Marcus's emotional breakdown during termination procedures included desperate pleas for reconsideration and promises of addiction treatment that Richardson evaluated according to established institutional policies regarding employee misconduct and rehabilitation prospects. The systematic approach to disciplinary determination emphasized protection of client interests and institutional reputation, rather than accommodation of personal rehabilitation requests that could not address immediate compliance requirements. The comprehensive documentation of termination procedures included Richardson's detailed recording of Marcus's admissions, acknowledgement of misconduct severity, and understanding of professional consequences, including potential regulatory reporting and civil recovery actions. The systematic record-keeping would support regulatory compliance requirements, while providing foundation for potential civil litigation or insurance claims processing. Richardson's immediate notification to relevant regulatory authorities included preliminary misconduct reporting to Securities and Exchange Commission and Financial Industry Regulatory Authority databases that tracked financial services employee disciplinary actions. The systematic regulatory communication ensured compliance with industry oversight requirements, while establishing formal record of institutional response to serious ethical violations. The client protection measures implemented following Marcus's termination included systematic review of his portfolio management activities to identify potential misconduct affecting client accounts, and immediate reassignment of client relationships to qualified investment professionals with demonstrated integrity and competence. The comprehensive transition procedures ensured continuity of client services, while maintaining confidence in institutional protection capabilities. Madison received notification of Marcus's termination through Richardson's telephone call at 4:23 p.m., confirming that institutional investigation had validated her misconduct allegations and generated appropriate disciplinary consequences consistent with financial industry standards for addressing employee ethical violations. Richardson's professional communication emphasized institutional appreciation for Madison's courageous reporting and systematic evidence presentation. The discussion of civil recovery prospects included Richardson's explanation of institutional insurance coverage and settlement procedures that could facilitate restitution for theft victims through employment termination agreements and recovery mechanisms designed to address employee misconduct consequences. Madison's systematic documentation of theft amounts and evidence would support comprehensive recovery efforts through institutional resources and legal coordination. Richardson's commitment to continued cooperation with Madison's recovery efforts included provision of termination documentation and misconduct investigation findings that would support civil litigation or insurance claims processing. The systematic institutional support reflected recognition of Madison's legitimate interests, while demonstrating professional appreciation for her appropriate reporting of serious ethical violations. Madison's strategic evaluation of institutional response confirmed that her decision to pursue professional reporting had generated optimal outcomes, including immediate termination consequences for Marcus, establishment of formal misconduct record affecting his future employment prospects, and foundation for systematic recovery efforts supported by institutional resources and legal expertise. The immediate impact on Marcus's professional reputation included regulatory database entries that would prevent future employment in financial services positions requiring fiduciary responsibility and client trust. The systematic industry oversight mechanisms ensured that his misconduct would affect long-term career prospects while protecting potential future employers and clients from similar ethical violations. Madison's documentation of institutional response included detailed recording of Richardson's commitments regarding recovery assistance and regulatory compliance support that would facilitate comprehensive resolution of theft consequences while maintaining professional relationships with institutional personnel. Her systematic approach to relationship management ensured continued cooperation throughout recovery procedures and potential legal proceedings. The evening analysis of institutional response outcomes confirmed Madison's strategic assessment that professional reporting represented optimal methodology for addressing serious family theft, while establishing appropriate consequences and recovery mechanisms. Her systematic evaluation of results demonstrated superior effectiveness compared to individual legal action or family negotiation alternatives that might have generated less comprehensive resolution. Madison's strategic planning for continued recovery efforts included coordination with institutional personnel and legal resources to maximize restitution prospects while maintaining focus on educational funding requirements and college enrollment timelines. Her methodical approach to crisis resolution emphasized practical outcomes rather than vindictive satisfaction regarding Marcus's professional consequences. The institutional investigation completion within 24 hours of Madison's initial report demonstrated the effectiveness of her systematic preparation and professional communication in generating appropriate attention and swift resolution of serious misconduct allegations. Richardson's competent handling of investigation procedures reflected institutional commitment to addressing ethical violations promptly and comprehensively. Madison's reflection on the day's developments emphasized the validation of her strategic decision-making and systematic approach to crisis management that had generated optimal outcomes for protecting her educational interests while establishing appropriate consequences for serious family betrayal. Her methodical planning and professional execution had transformed devastating personal crisis into comprehensive resolution through institutional cooperation and regulatory compliance mechanisms. The systematic documentation of institutional response procedures provided Madison with comprehensive foundation for continued recovery efforts, while establishing clear precedent that serious misconduct would generate immediate professional consequences regardless of family relationships or personal circumstances. Her strategic approach had achieved both practical resolution and principled consequence enforcement through appropriate professional channels. The professional consequences of Marcus's termination from Prestige Financial Advisors created immediate reverberations throughout multiple spheres of influence that extended far beyond the initial family crisis. Madison's strategic decision to pursue institutional reporting had generated systematic accountability measures that transformed a private family betrayal into comprehensive professional reckoning, with implications for regulatory compliance, industry reputation, and long-term career prospects within the financial services sector. The regulatory reporting requirements triggered by Marcus's termination created permanent documentation within Securities and Exchange Commission and Financial Industry Regulatory Authority databases that would affect his employment eligibility throughout the financial services industry. These systematic record-keeping mechanisms ensured that his misconduct would be discoverable during background investigation procedures for any future positions requiring fiduciary responsibility or client trust within regulated financial environments. Madison received detailed notification from Senior Compliance Officer Janet Richardson regarding the comprehensive scope of regulatory reporting that would document Marcus's misconduct for industry oversight purposes. The systematic transparency requirements reflected institutional commitment to protecting public confidence in financial services integrity while ensuring that professionals who violated ethical standards faced appropriate consequences that extended beyond immediate employment termination. The institutional investigation had revealed additional concerning patterns in Marcus's professional conduct that suggested systemic judgment problems extending beyond the family theft incident. Richardson's comprehensive review of his client account management identified several instances of unauthorized trading activities and expense account irregularities that violated firm policies while falling short of criminal fraud thresholds, but demonstrated pattern of ethical compromise inconsistent with fiduciary responsibilities. Marcus's desperate attempts to contact Madison following his termination reflected growing awareness of the comprehensive professional consequences that would result from her strategic decision to pursue institutional accountability rather than private family resolution. His numerous telephone calls and text messages revealed escalating panic regarding career destruction and industry blacklisting that would prevent future employment in financial services positions requiring regulatory approval and background verification. Madison's systematic approach to managing Marcus's communication attempts included documentation of harassment patterns while maintaining professional boundaries that protected her emotional well-being during ongoing crisis resolution procedures. Her methodical record-keeping of his increasingly desperate outreach would support potential restraining order applications if his behavior escalated beyond acceptable family communication boundaries. The family dynamics surrounding Marcus's termination required careful management to preserve necessary relationships, while maintaining Madison's commitment to appropriate consequence enforcement and fund recovery efforts. Her parents' initial shock and confusion regarding the professional implications of the theft required systematic education regarding regulatory requirements and industry standards that made Marcus's misconduct particularly serious for career preservation. Madison's explanation to her parents emphasized the distinction between family disappointment and professional accountability mechanisms that operated independently of personal relationship considerations. Her systematic presentation of regulatory framework and industry standards provided context for understanding why financial services employment required absolute integrity and why violations generated career-ending consequences regardless of family forgiveness or rehabilitation efforts. The emotional impact on family relationships required Madison to balance compassion for Marcus's professional destruction with protection of her educational interests and personal integrity. Her systematic approach to family communication emphasized factual circumstances and appropriate consequences, rather than vindictive satisfaction regarding his career termination, while maintaining focus on practical recovery efforts and educational funding solutions. Richardson's coordination with Prestige Financial Advisors' legal counsel revealed potential insurance coverage mechanisms that could facilitate partial restitution for Madison's stolen funds through employment practices liability policies designed to protect firms against employee misconduct consequences. The systematic evaluation of recovery options provided Madison with additional resources beyond individual civil litigation that might prove more efficient and comprehensive for fund restoration purposes. The insurance recovery procedures required Madison's cooperation with detailed documentation and sworn testimony regarding the theft circumstances and financial impact on her educational planning. Her systematic preparation of evidence and professional presentation of facts positioned her optimally for maximum recovery through institutional insurance mechanisms while maintaining credibility throughout complex claim processing procedures. Madison's strategic coordination with legal counsel, provided through Prestige Financial Advisors, created powerful alliance for pursuing comprehensive recovery while minimizing her personal legal expenses and procedural burdens. The institutional resources supporting her recovery efforts demonstrated the effectiveness of her decision to pursue professional accountability rather than individual legal action that might have generated less favorable resource allocation and expertise access. The broader implications of Marcus's termination included potential criminal referral to federal authorities for investigation of possible mail fraud and wire fraud charges related to his unauthorized use of banking systems for theft purposes. Richardson's coordination with law enforcement agencies reflected institutional commitment to comprehensive accountability while providing additional pressure for voluntary restitution efforts that might avoid criminal prosecution consequences. Madison's evaluation of criminal prosecution options required careful balance between desire for complete accountability and practical considerations regarding family relationships and recovery efficiency. Her systematic analysis of potential outcomes suggested that civil recovery mechanisms might prove more effective for educational funding restoration, while criminal prosecution could provide additional deterrent effect and consequence enforcement for serious misconduct. The professional networking implications of Marcus's misconduct extended throughout the regional financial services community, where his termination and regulatory reporting would become known among industry colleagues and potential employers. Madison's research into industry communication patterns revealed that misconduct information traveled rapidly through professional networks, while creating permanent reputation damage that would affect long-term career prospects within financial services environments. Marcus's attempts to negotiate with Madison for assistance in reputation rehabilitation reflected growing understanding of the comprehensive professional consequences that would result from regulatory reporting and industry database documentation. His desperate proposals for fund restitution, combined with requests for her cooperation in minimizing professional damage, revealed awareness that his career prospects required her voluntary assistance that she possessed no obligation to provide. Madison's systematic evaluation of Marcus's rehabilitation requests emphasized her primary obligation to protect her educational interests while maintaining appropriate boundaries regarding his professional consequences. Her strategic analysis confirmed that his career destruction represented natural result of serious misconduct rather than vindictive family punishment that required her intervention or mitigation efforts. The timeline for insurance recovery processing provided Madison with realistic expectations for fund restoration that would support her college enrollment planning and financial aid application procedures. Richardson's expertise in employment practices claims suggested that substantial recovery could be achieved within 6 months through systematic documentation and professional presentation of theft evidence and educational impact documentation. Madison's strategic planning for college enrollment incorporated multiple funding scenarios, including partial insurance recovery, emergency scholarship applications, and modified educational pathways that could accommodate various financial restoration outcomes. Her systematic approach to educational planning emphasized flexibility and adaptation while maintaining focus on engineering career objectives through alternative implementation strategies. The academic recognition of Madison's crisis management capabilities attracted attention from college admissions personnel who appreciated her systematic approach to adversity and professional problem-solving methodologies. Her documentation of the family crisis and institutional accountability measures provided compelling evidence of leadership capabilities and ethical integrity that enhanced her scholarship applications and admission prospects at competitive engineering programs. Madison's research into emergency financial aid, specifically designed for students facing family theft situations, revealed several programs that recognized her exceptional circumstances while providing supplemental funding that could bridge gaps between insurance recovery and total educational costs. Her systematic application to multiple emergency assistance programs maximized probability of comprehensive funding support while maintaining access to preferred educational institutions. The mentoring relationships Madison had developed with engineering professionals provided valuable guidance regarding educational funding strategies and career development approaches that could accommodate modified financial circumstances. Her systematic cultivation of professional networks demonstrated maturity and strategic thinking that would serve her effectively throughout engineering education and career advancement, regardless of immediate funding challenges. Richardson's commitment to providing comprehensive documentation supporting Madison's emergency financial aid applications reflected institutional recognition of her professional conduct throughout the crisis, while demonstrating appreciation for her appropriate reporting of serious misconduct. The systematic institutional support enhanced Madison's credibility with financial aid personnel while providing additional verification of her exceptional circumstances. Madison's evening reflection on the comprehensive consequences generated by her strategic decision emphasized the validation of systematic planning and professional accountability mechanisms over private family resolution that might have provided inadequate consequences and recovery prospects. Her methodical approach had transformed devastating personal betrayal into comprehensive professional reckoning with substantial recovery potential through institutional resources and legal expertise. The systematic documentation of all crisis management procedures provided Madison with comprehensive foundation for continued recovery efforts, while establishing clear precedent that serious misconduct would generate appropriate consequences, regardless of family relationships or personal circumstances. Her strategic approach had achieved both practical resolution and principled accountability enforcement through professional channels that exceeded individual legal remedies in effectiveness and comprehensiveness. The strategic positioning Madison had achieved through systematic crisis management provided foundation for continued educational advancement, while establishing professional reputation for integrity and leadership that would serve her throughout engineering career development. Her transformation of family crisis into comprehensive resolution demonstrated capabilities that would attract continued institutional support and professional recognition throughout her academic and career progression. The systematic documentation of Madison's crisis management capabilities began attracting attention from academic institutions and professional organizations that recognized exceptional leadership potential in her methodical approach to adversity resolution. Her comprehensive handling of the family theft situation demonstrated strategic thinking, ethical integrity, and professional communication skills that distinguished her candidacy for competitive educational programs and merit-based scholarship opportunities designed to support exceptional students facing extraordinary circumstances. Dr. Elena Vasquez, Director of Engineering Student Affairs at MIT, received Madison's updated scholarship application materials that included detailed documentation of her crisis management procedures and institutional accountability efforts. The comprehensive presentation of evidence and systematic approach to problem resolution impressed Dr. Vasquez, whose 15 years of experience in engineering education had rarely encountered such sophisticated crisis management capabilities among high school applicants seeking admission to demanding technical programs. The Engineering Admissions Committee at MIT conducted emergency review procedures for Madison's application, following Dr. Vasquez's recommendation that her exceptional circumstances and demonstrated leadership warranted expedited consideration for enhanced financial aid packages. The systematic evaluation of her academic credentials combined with crisis management documentation revealed candidate potential that exceeded standard admission criteria through demonstration of practical application of engineering principles to complex real-world challenges. Madison received notification of MIT's enhanced scholarship offer through telephone conversation with Dr. Vasquez on Thursday morning at 9:23 a.m. The conversation revealed that her systematic approach to crisis resolution had generated institutional recognition of leadership capabilities that warranted comprehensive financial support. including full tuition coverage, laboratory fee waivers, and supplemental living allowances designed to ensure educational access without financial constraints that might compromise academic performance. The enhanced scholarship package represented validation of Madison's strategic decision-making throughout the crisis, while providing practical foundation for pursuing engineering education without dependence on stolen fund recovery or family financial support. Dr. Vasquez's explanation of the scholarship terms emphasized institutional commitment to supporting students who demonstrated exceptional character and leadership capabilities through systematic response to challenging circumstances. Madison's systematic evaluation of the MIT scholarship offer included comprehensive analysis of educational opportunities, research access, faculty expertise, and career development resources that would support her engineering objectives while providing platform for continued leadership development and professional advancement. The enhanced financial package eliminated barriers that might have constrained her educational choices while positioning her optimally for academic excellence and research participation. The notification process from MIT triggered similar inquiries from Stanford University and California Institute of Technology, whose admissions personnel had learned of Madison's exceptional circumstances through professional networking within engineering education communities. The systematic communication among academic institutions reflected recognition that students demonstrating such sophisticated crisis management capabilities represented valuable additions to competitive engineering programs seeking diverse leadership potential. Dr. Michael Chen, Associate Dean of Engineering at Stanford University, contacted Madison directly to discuss expedited scholarship consideration based on her demonstrated leadership and crisis management capabilities. His conversation emphasized Stanford's commitment to supporting students who combined academic excellence with practical problem-solving abilities that predicted success in demanding engineering environments requiring systematic thinking and ethical decision-making under pressure. The Stanford Scholarship evaluation process included comprehensive review of Madison's crisis documentation and institutional accountability efforts that demonstrated engineering principles applied to complex interpersonal and professional challenges. Dr. Chen's assessment emphasized the transferable nature of her systematic methodology to engineering research and development environments, where similar analytical rigor and ethical integrity would be essential for project success and professional advancement. Madison's telephone conversation with Dr. Chen lasted 46 minutes and included detailed discussion of Stanford's research opportunities in sustainable engineering and renewable energy systems that aligned with her interests in environmental applications of engineering principles. The comprehensive overview of faculty expertise and laboratory resources provided Madison with strategic information for evaluating comparative advantages of different institutional opportunities. The California Institute of Technology's inquiry came through Dr. Sarah Rodriguez, Director of Undergraduate Research Programs, whose review of Madison's application materials had identified exceptional potential for research participation and leadership development within competitive technical environments. Dr. Rodriguez's background in engineering project management provided appreciation for Madison's systematic approach to complex problem resolution and institutional coordination throughout crisis management procedures. Dr. Rodriguez's scholarship offer from Caltech included research assistantship opportunities that would provide practical engineering experience while supporting educational funding through combination of tuition assistance and research stipends. The systematic integration of academic study with practical research application reflected institutional recognition of Madison's demonstrated capabilities while providing accelerated pathway to professional development and engineering expertise. Madison's strategic evaluation of multiple scholarship opportunities required systematic comparison of educational advantages, research access, geographic considerations, and long-term career development prospects associated with different institutional choices. Her methodical approach to decision-making reflected the same analytical rigor that had generated successful crisis resolution, while ensuring optimal educational investment for engineering career advancement. The professional recognition of Madison's crisis management capabilities extended beyond academic institutions to industry organizations that valued systematic problem-solving abilities and ethical leadership in addressing complex challenges. The Society of Women Engineers contacted Madison regarding special recognition awards designed to honor students who demonstrated exceptional leadership potential through practical application of engineering principles to real-world challenges. Madison's documentation for the Society of Women Engineers Award application included comprehensive analysis of her systematic methodology for crisis resolution and institutional accountability that demonstrated transferable skills valuable for engineering project management and professional leadership development. Her strategic presentation emphasized practical applications of analytical thinking and ethical decision-making that would serve engineering communities through principled leadership and systematic innovation. The award evaluation process included review by engineering professionals who recognized Madison's systematic approach as exemplifying engineering principles applied to complex interpersonal and institutional challenges. The recognition committee's assessment emphasized the value of practical leadership experience that complemented academic preparation while demonstrating real-world application of engineering thinking to challenging circumstances requiring systematic analysis and strategic implementation. Richardson's continued coordination with Madison regarding insurance recovery procedures provided additional validation of her professional conduct throughout the crisis, while establishing foundation for comprehensive fund restoration through employment practices liability coverage. The systematic documentation requirements for insurance processing demonstrated Madison's thorough preparation and evidence preservation that supported maximum recovery prospects through institutional resources and legal expertise. The insurance recovery timeline provided Madison with realistic expectations for partial fund restoration that would supplement enhanced scholarship packages while ensuring comprehensive educational funding without dependence on family financial support or student loan obligations. Richardson's expertise in employment practices claims processing suggested that substantial recovery could be achieved within 4 months through systematic documentation and professional presentation of evidence. Madison's strategic coordination of multiple funding sources, including enhanced scholarships, insurance recovery, and emergency financial aid, created comprehensive financial foundation for engineering education that exceeded her original college funding calculations. The systematic approach to resource optimization demonstrated sophisticated financial planning capabilities that would serve her effectively throughout educational and professional development regardless of immediate circumstances. The academic recognition of Madison's leadership capabilities attracted mentoring opportunities from engineering professionals who appreciated her systematic approach to complex problem resolution and ethical decision-making under pressure. The mentoring relationships provided valuable guidance regarding educational pathway optimization and career development strategies that could maximize her engineering potential while building professional networks essential for long-term advancement. Dr. Jennifer Walsh, senior research engineer at Tesla's Advanced Battery Division, contacted Madison directly to offer mentoring support and summer internship opportunities based on her demonstrated leadership and systematic problem-solving capabilities. Dr. Walsh's appreciation for Madison's crisis management documentation reflected recognition that such analytical rigor and ethical integrity represented valuable qualities for engineering research and development environments requiring principled innovation and systematic methodology. The internship opportunity at Tesla provided Madison with practical engineering experience that would supplement academic preparation while offering exposure to cutting-edge technology development and sustainable engineering applications. Dr. Walsh's mentoring support included guidance regarding educational optimization and career pathway development that could accelerate Madison's professional advancement within engineering communities, valuing systematic innovation and ethical leadership. Madison's evening reflection on the expanded opportunities generated by her systematic crisis management emphasized the unexpected positive outcomes that resulted from maintaining professional integrity and strategic thinking throughout challenging circumstances. Her methodical approach to adversity had transformed devastating family betrayal into comprehensive recognition of leadership potential, while creating educational and professional opportunities that exceeded her original expectations. The systematic documentation of crisis management procedures provided Madison with compelling evidence of leadership capabilities that would support continued scholarship applications and professional development opportunities throughout her engineering education. Her strategic approach had established foundation for sustained recognition while demonstrating practical application of engineering principles to complex real-world challenges requiring analytical rigor and ethical decision-making. The professional networking opportunities generated through crisis recognition created valuable relationships with engineering educators and industry professionals who appreciated Madison's systematic methodology and principled approach to problem resolution. These connections would provide continued support throughout her educational advancement, while opening pathways to research opportunities and career development that might otherwise require years of academic performance to achieve. Madison's strategic evaluation of expanded opportunities emphasized the importance of maintaining systematic approach to decision-making while leveraging recognition to support long-term engineering career objectives. Her methodical analysis of educational and professional options ensured optimal resource allocation while building foundation for continued leadership development and engineering excellence throughout her academic and professional progression. Madison's methodical evaluation of the multiple opportunities that had emerged from her crisis management approach required comprehensive analysis that balanced immediate educational advantages with long-term career development prospects. Her systematic decision-making framework incorporated quantitative assessment of scholarship packages, research opportunities, geographic considerations, and institutional culture alignment that would influence her engineering education effectiveness and professional advancement potential throughout her academic progression. The comparative analysis of scholarship offers from MIT, Stanford, and California Institute of Technology revealed distinct advantages associated with each institutional opportunity. MIT's enhanced package provided comprehensive financial coverage including full tuition, laboratory fees, and living allowances, while offering access to cutting-edge research facilities and faculty expertise in sustainable engineering applications that aligned with Madison's environmental interests and career objectives. Stanford's scholarship proposal included research assistantship opportunities that would provide practical engineering experience while supporting educational funding through combination of tuition assistance and research stipends. The integration of academic study with hands-on research application offered accelerated pathway to professional development, while establishing valuable relationships with faculty members conducting innovative research in renewable energy systems and environmental engineering applications. California Institute of Technology's research-focused scholarship emphasized undergraduate participation in advanced engineering projects, while providing comprehensive financial support through combination of merit awards and research funding. The institutional culture at Caltech prioritized intensive technical education and research excellence, while offering smaller class sizes and enhanced faculty interaction that could accelerate Madison's engineering knowledge development and research capabilities. Madison's systematic evaluation methodology included creation of detailed comparison matrices that assessed financial benefits, research opportunities, faculty expertise, geographic advantages, and institutional culture factors across all three scholarship offers. Her analytical approach reflected the same systematic thinking that had generated successful crisis resolution, while ensuring optimal educational investment for engineering career advancement and professional development objectives. The geographic considerations associated with each institutional choice required analysis of living costs, internship opportunities, industry proximity, and professional networking advantages that could influence Madison's career development throughout her educational progression. MIT's location in Cambridge provided access to extensive technology industry opportunities, while Stanford's Silicon Valley proximity offered connections to innovative engineering companies and entrepreneurial environments supporting technological advancement. Madison's research into faculty expertise and research focus areas at each institution revealed distinct strengths that could influence her specialization development and career pathway optimization. MIT's faculty included leading researchers in sustainable energy systems and environmental engineering applications, while Stanford offered expertise in renewable technology development and green engineering innovations that aligned with Madison's interests in environmentally focused engineering applications. The consultation process with Dr. Jennifer Walsh regarding internship opportunities at Tesla provided additional perspective on institutional advantages for career development within cutting-edge technology environments. Dr. Walsh's assessment emphasized that research experience and faculty relationships would prove more valuable for long-term career advancement than geographic proximity to specific companies or industries during undergraduate education periods. Madison's systematic analysis of long-term career implications included evaluation of graduate school preparation, research publication opportunities, and professional network development that would result from different institutional choices. Her methodical approach to educational planning emphasized strategic positioning for engineering career advancement, while maintaining flexibility for adapting to evolving interests and opportunities throughout her academic progression. The coordination of scholarship acceptance timelines with insurance recovery procedures required strategic planning that ensured optimal financial positioning while meeting institutional deadlines for enrollment commitment and housing arrangements. Richardson's continued progress on employment practices liability claims suggested that substantial fund recovery could be achieved within anticipated timeframes that would supplement scholarship resources and eliminate residual financial constraints. Madison's communication with each institutional representative demonstrated professional appreciation for enhanced scholarship consideration while maintaining strategic flexibility for optimal decision-making based on comprehensive evaluation of all relevant factors. Her systematic approach to institutional relationships reflected understanding that educational choices would influence career trajectories while establishing professional reputation within academic communities that could provide continued support throughout her advancement. The family dynamics surrounding Madison's educational opportunities required careful management to preserve necessary relationships while maintaining independence from financial or emotional pressures that might compromise optimal decision-making. Her parents' pride in her academic recognition was tempered by concern regarding family relationship implications of her strategic response to Marcus's misconduct and professional consequences. Madison's explanation to her parents regarding the enhanced opportunities generated by her crisis management approach emphasized the positive outcomes that resulted from maintaining professional integrity and systematic problem-solving throughout challenging circumstances. Her systematic presentation of scholarship benefits and career advantages provided context for understanding how principled response to adversity had created opportunities that exceeded original educational expectations. The ongoing insurance recovery procedures required Madison's continued cooperation with detailed documentation and testimony regarding theft circumstances and educational impact assessment. Richardson's expertise in employment practices claims processing indicated that comprehensive recovery could achieve 75% fund restoration through systematic evidence presentation and professional coordination with legal counsel supporting institutional insurance mechanisms. Madison's strategic planning for fund utilization incorporated insurance recovery proceeds with scholarship resources to create comprehensive financial foundation that would support educational excellence while providing flexibility for research opportunities, international study programs, and professional development activities that could enhance her engineering capabilities and career prospects beyond standard academic requirements. The professional recognition from the Society of Women Engineers required Madison's participation in award ceremony activities and presentation of her crisis management methodology to engineering communities, seeking examples of systematic problem-solving and ethical leadership applications. Her systematic documentation of crisis resolution procedures would provide valuable case study material for engineering education programs, emphasizing practical application of analytical thinking to complex real-world challenges. Madison's preparation for professional presentation of her crisis management approach included comprehensive analysis of transferable methodologies that could benefit engineering communities through systematic problem-solving frameworks and ethical decision-making protocols. Her strategic presentation would emphasize practical applications while establishing professional reputation for leadership and analytical excellence within engineering education and industry communities. The networking opportunities generated through professional recognition created valuable relationships with engineering professionals who appreciated Madison's systematic methodology and principled approach to complex challenge resolution. These connections provided continued mentoring support while opening pathways to research opportunities and career development that could accelerate her professional advancement within engineering communities valuing innovative thinking and ethical leadership. Dr. Walsh's continued mentoring support included guidance regarding educational pathway optimization and strategic career development planning that could maximize Madison's engineering potential while building professional networks essential for long-term advancement within competitive technology environments. The mentoring relationship provided valuable perspective on industry trends and career preparation strategies that would serve Madison throughout her educational and professional progression. Madison's evening reflection on the decision-making process emphasized the importance of systematic evaluation, while recognizing that multiple excellent opportunities had emerged from her principled response to family crisis and professional accountability efforts. Her methodical analysis confirmed that each institutional choice offered distinct advantages while supporting her fundamental engineering career objectives through different pathway approaches and resource allocation strategies. The comprehensive comparison of opportunities required Madison to balance immediate advantages with long-term strategic positioning, while considering personal preferences regarding institutional culture, geographic location, and research focus areas that would influence her educational satisfaction and academic performance throughout demanding engineering programs requiring sustained excellence and systematic dedication to technical mastery. Madison's strategic approach to decision announcement emphasized appreciation for all institutional recognition while maintaining professional relationships that could provide continued support regardless of final enrollment choice. Her systematic communication with academic representatives reflected understanding that engineering education communities valued collaborative relationships and mutual respect that transcended specific institutional affiliations or competitive recruitment considerations. The coordination of final decision-making with family communication required Madison to balance independence in educational choice with respect for family input and concern regarding her long-term success and satisfaction within chosen institutional environment. Her systematic presentation of evaluation criteria and decision rationale provided transparency while maintaining authority over educational pathway selection that would determine her career development and professional advancement opportunities. Madison's analysis of personal growth throughout the crisis management experience emphasized the development of leadership capabilities and strategic thinking skills that would serve her effectively throughout engineering education and professional career advancement regardless of institutional choice or specific career pathway development. Her systematic response to challenging circumstances had demonstrated capabilities that would support success within any competitive engineering environment requiring analytical excellence and ethical integrity. The final decision-making process incorporated all systematic evaluation criteria, while recognizing that optimal educational investment required alignment between institutional advantages and personal learning preferences that would maximize academic performance and career development potential. Madison's methodical approach ensured that her choice would support comprehensive engineering education, while establishing foundation for continued professional advancement and leadership development within engineering communities, valuing systematic innovation and principled problem-solving capabilities. Madison's final decision regarding institutional selection emerged through systematic evaluation that prioritized long-term career development potential, while incorporating comprehensive analysis of research opportunities, faculty expertise, and professional network development advantages. Her methodical decision-making framework had identified Massachusetts Institute of Technology as the optimal choice based on alignment between institutional strengths and her engineering career objectives, particularly in sustainable energy systems and environmental engineering applications. The MIT selection reflected strategic assessment of multiple factors, including comprehensive financial support through enhanced scholarship packages, access to cutting-edge research facilities, faculty leadership in renewable energy development, and institutional reputation within engineering communities that would support career advancement throughout her professional progression. Dr. Elena Vasquez's continued commitment to Madison's academic success provided additional confidence in institutional support systems that would facilitate educational excellence and research participation. Madison's communication of her decision to Dr. Vasquez occurred through formal acceptance procedures that confirmed enrollment commitment while expressing appreciation for institutional recognition of her leadership capabilities and crisis management achievements. The systematic approach to enrollment completion included coordination of housing arrangements, academic planning consultations, and research opportunity discussions that would optimize her educational experience from the beginning of her undergraduate studies. The notification process to Stanford and California Institute of Technology emphasized Madison's appreciation for their scholarship consideration, while maintaining professional relationships that could provide future collaboration opportunities or graduate school pathways. Her systematic approach to institutional communication reflected understanding that engineering education communities valued respectful interaction and mutual recognition of excellence that transcended competitive recruitment considerations. Dr. Michael Chen's response to Madison's decision reflected Stanford's continued interest in maintaining professional relationships that could support future graduate studies or research collaboration opportunities. His systematic approach to relationship preservation demonstrated institutional commitment to supporting exceptional students regardless of undergraduate enrollment choices, while recognizing that engineering careers often involved multiple institutional affiliations throughout professional development progression. California Institute of Technology's response through Dr. Sarah Rodriguez included similar commitment to maintaining professional relationships, while expressing appreciation for Madison's systematic evaluation approach and principled decision-making methodology. The institutional recognition of her analytical excellence and strategic thinking capabilities provided foundation for potential future collaboration in research projects or graduate education programs requiring sophisticated problem-solving abilities and ethical leadership qualities. Madison's coordination with Richardson regarding insurance recovery completion provided realistic timeline expectations for fund restoration that would supplement her MIT scholarship resources while eliminating residual financial constraints on educational planning. The employment practices liability claim had progressed through systematic documentation procedures that supported comprehensive recovery prospects exceeding initial estimates, based on additional misconduct discoveries during institutional investigation processes. The insurance settlement negotiations included Madison's participation in mediation procedures that would finalize restitution amounts while avoiding extended litigation that might delay fund recovery beyond useful timeframes for educational planning. Richardson's expertise in employment practices claims processing had generated settlement prospects that would restore approximately 82% of stolen funds through systematic evidence presentation and professional coordination with legal counsel supporting institutional insurance mechanisms. Madison's strategic planning for fund utilization incorporated insurance recovery proceeds with MIT scholarship resources to create comprehensive financial foundation that would support educational excellence while providing flexibility for research participation, international study opportunities, and professional development activities that could enhance her engineering capabilities beyond standard academic requirements. The systematic approach to resource optimization ensured maximum educational value while maintaining financial security throughout demanding undergraduate programs. The family relationship management following Madison's institutional choice required continued balance between independence in educational decision-making and respect for family input regarding long-term success considerations. Her parents' gradual understanding of the enhanced opportunities generated by her principled crisis management approach provided foundation for restored family support, while acknowledging that educational pathway selection represented her autonomous decision-making authority and strategic career planning expertise. Marcus's continued attempts at communication had evolved from desperate career rehabilitation requests to acknowledgement of the permanent professional consequences resulting from his misconduct and Madison's strategic accountability enforcement. His understanding that regulatory database documentation would affect future employment prospects within financial services had generated acceptance of career destruction while focusing attention on addiction treatment and personal rehabilitation that might restore family relationships over extended timeframes. Madison's systematic approach to family communication emphasized factual circumstances regarding her educational opportunities while maintaining boundaries that protected her emotional well-being and strategic focus on engineering career development. Her methodical documentation of family interaction patterns would support continued relationship management that prioritized her educational success, while preserving possibilities for eventual reconciliation based on demonstrated rehabilitation and accountability acknowledgement from Marcus. The professional recognition ceremony with the Society of Women Engineers provided Madison with platform for presenting her crisis management methodology to engineering communities seeking examples of systematic problem-solving and ethical leadership applications. Her comprehensive presentation of analytical frameworks and decision-making protocols demonstrated transferable methodologies that could benefit engineering professionals facing complex challenges requiring strategic thinking and principled resolution approaches. Madison's presentation preparation included development of systematic case study materials that emphasized practical application of engineering principles to interpersonal and institutional challenges. Her methodical documentation of crisis resolution procedures provided valuable educational resources for engineering programs emphasizing leadership development and ethical decision-making, while establishing her professional reputation for analytical excellence and strategic thinking capabilities within engineering education communities. The networking opportunities generated through professional recognition expanded Madison's connections within engineering industry organizations that appreciated systematic problem-solving abilities and principled leadership qualities. These professional relationships provided continued mentoring support while opening pathways to research opportunities and career development that could accelerate her advancement within engineering communities, valuing innovative thinking and ethical integrity throughout technical project management and organizational leadership roles. Dr. Jennifer Walsh's continued mentoring support included specific guidance regarding MIT research opportunities and faculty relationships that could optimize Madison's undergraduate experience, while preparing for advanced engineering career development within technology industries, requiring sophisticated analytical capabilities and strategic innovation. The mentoring relationship provided valuable perspective on industry trends and career preparation strategies that would serve Madison throughout her educational progression and professional advancement. Madison's registration for MIT's incoming student orientation programs included participation in engineering research introduction sessions and faculty meeting opportunities that would establish foundation relationships for undergraduate research participation. Her systematic approach to academic preparation emphasized early engagement with research opportunities, while building professional networks that could support continued advancement throughout demanding engineering programs, requiring sustained excellence and innovative thinking. The comprehensive planning for MIT enrollment incorporated academic course selection strategies that would optimize her engineering knowledge development, while maintaining flexibility for specialization decisions based on research experience and faculty guidance throughout her undergraduate progression. Madison's methodical approach to educational planning ensured systematic foundation building while preserving options for advanced study areas that might emerge through research participation and industry exposure. Madison's preparation for Tesla internship opportunities through Dr. Walsh's mentoring included development of technical knowledge and research experience that would position her competitively for summer research positions within cutting-edge technology environments. The systematic approach to professional preparation emphasized practical application of engineering principles, while building credentials that would support continued advancement within technology industries, valuing innovative problem-solving and strategic thinking capabilities. The coordination of multiple professional development opportunities required Madison's systematic time management and strategic prioritization that would balance academic excellence with research participation and industry experience throughout her undergraduate studies. Her methodical approach to opportunity optimization ensured comprehensive preparation for engineering career advancement, while maintaining focus on educational objectives that would provide foundation knowledge for technical leadership and innovative development within competitive professional environments. Madison's evening reflection on the comprehensive transformation from family crisis victim to recognized engineering leader emphasized the validation of systematic thinking and principled decision-making throughout challenging circumstances that had generated opportunities exceeding original educational expectations. Her methodical crisis management approach had demonstrated capabilities that would serve her effectively throughout engineering education and professional career development, regardless of specific challenges or opportunities encountered during advancement progression. The systematic documentation of crisis resolution procedures and opportunity development provided Madison with compelling evidence of leadership capabilities that would support continued scholarship applications and professional recognition throughout her engineering education. Her strategic approach had established foundation for sustained excellence, while demonstrating practical application of analytical thinking to complex real-world challenges requiring systematic methodology and ethical integrity throughout resolution processes. The professional networking relationships generated through crisis recognition created valuable connections with engineering educators and industry professionals who would provide continued support throughout Madison's educational advancement, while opening pathways to research opportunities and career development that might otherwise require years of academic performance to achieve. These relationships represented strategic advantage that would accelerate her professional development within engineering communities, valuing systematic innovation and principled leadership qualities. Madison's strategic positioning through comprehensive crisis management and educational opportunity optimization provided foundation for engineering career excellence while establishing professional reputation for analytical thinking and ethical integrity that would serve her throughout technical leadership roles and innovative development within competitive technology environments, requiring sophisticated problem-solving abilities and strategic decision-making capabilities. Madison's arrival at Massachusetts Institute of Technology marked the beginning of systematic implementation of her comprehensive educational strategy, while building upon the professional reputation and analytical capabilities demonstrated through her crisis management success. The institutional environment at MIT provided optimal context for applying her methodical problem-solving abilities to rigorous engineering challenges, while establishing foundation relationships with faculty and research teams that would support advanced career development throughout her undergraduate progression. The orientation process for incoming engineering students included introduction to research opportunities and faculty expertise areas that aligned with Madison's interests in sustainable energy systems and environmental engineering applications. Dr. Elena Vasquez's continued mentoring support facilitated strategic connections with Professor David Kim, whose Advanced Materials Laboratory conducted cutting-edge research in photovoltaic cell efficiency optimization and renewable energy storage systems requiring sophisticated analytical capabilities and systematic experimental methodology. Madison's first semester course selection reflected strategic planning that balanced fundamental engineering knowledge development with accelerated progression toward research participation opportunities. Her systematic approach to academic planning incorporated calculus-based physics, advanced chemistry, materials, science fundamentals, and computational engineering methods that would provide comprehensive foundation for research contributions while maintaining excellent academic performance standards essential for continued scholarship retention and faculty recognition. How understand? The academic environment at MIT demanded exceptional performance standards that challenged even highly prepared students through rigorous theoretical instruction combined with practical application requirements. Madison's systematic study methodology, developed through years of disciplined academic preparation, enabled her to excel in demanding coursework while maintaining time availability for research laboratory participation and professional development activities that would enhance her engineering capabilities beyond standard academic requirements. Professor Kim's initial evaluation of Madison's research potential included review of her crisis management documentation and systematic problem-solving methodology that had generated professional recognition within engineering communities. His assessment emphasized the transferable nature of her analytical approach to engineering research challenges requiring systematic experimental design, comprehensive data analysis, and strategic interpretation of results that could advance scientific understanding and practical applications. Madison's integration into the Advanced Materials Laboratory occurred through systematic orientation procedures that introduced her to sophisticated research equipment, experimental protocols, and collaborative team structures required for conducting original research in photovoltaic efficiency optimization. Her methodical approach to laboratory training demonstrated immediate competence with complex instrumentation, while establishing professional relationships with graduate students and research staff who appreciated her systematic methodology and collaborative communication style. The research project assignment provided Madison with substantive responsibility for investigating novel semiconductor materials that could enhance solar cell energy conversion efficiency through systematic materials, characterization, and performance optimization procedures. Professor Kim's confidence in her analytical capabilities enabled meaningful research contributions from the beginning of her undergraduate studies, rather than requiring years of academic progression before accessing advanced research opportunities. Madison's systematic approach to research documentation included comprehensive experimental protocols, detailed data analysis procedures, and strategic interpretation methodologies that exceeded typical undergraduate research standards, while generating valuable contributions to ongoing laboratory investigations. Her methodical record-keeping and analytical rigor impressed graduate students and faculty members who recognized exceptional research potential that could support advanced degree preparation and professional career development. The academic performance throughout her first semester reflected systematic study strategies and disciplined time management that enabled Madison to achieve excellent grades across demanding engineering coursework, while maintaining substantive research contributions and professional development activities. Her comprehensive approach to educational optimization demonstrated capabilities that attracted additional faculty attention and expanded research opportunities within competitive academic environments. Dr. Sarah Chen, Director of Undergraduate Research Programs, contacted Madison directly regarding accelerated research pathway opportunities based on Professor Kim's assessment of her exceptional analytical capabilities and systematic experimental methodology. The conversation revealed institutional commitment to supporting students who demonstrated advanced research potential through comprehensive academic performance and innovative thinking that could contribute meaningfully to ongoing scientific investigations and engineering development projects. Madison's evaluation of accelerated research opportunities required systematic analysis of advantages and commitment requirements associated with intensive research participation that would supplement standard academic progression with advanced laboratory experience and publication opportunities. Her methodical decision-making process incorporated consideration of long-term career development benefits while maintaining focus on comprehensive engineering education that would support diverse professional advancement possibilities. The Tesla internship opportunity arranged through Dr. Jennifer Walsh's mentoring provided Madison with practical engineering experience that complemented her academic studies while offering exposure to cutting-edge technology development within industry environments requiring systematic innovation and strategic problem-solving capabilities. The coordination of internship timing with academic requirements demonstrated institutional flexibility in supporting student professional development through industry collaboration and practical experience opportunities. Madison's preparation for Tesla internship responsibilities included systematic review of electric vehicle technology, battery systems engineering, and renewable energy integration challenges that would inform her practical contributions to ongoing research and development projects. Her methodical approach to preparation reflected commitment to excellence that had characterized her academic performance, while ensuring maximum value from professional experience opportunities that could enhance career development prospects. The internship experience at Tesla's Advanced Battery Division provided Madison with hands-on engineering challenges that required systematic problem-solving abilities and collaborative teamwork within fast-paced technology development environments. Dr. Walsh's mentoring during the internship emphasized practical application of engineering principles while building professional relationships that could support continued career advancement within competitive technology industries, valuing innovative thinking and analytical excellence. Madison's contributions to Tesla research projects included systematic analysis of battery performance optimization strategies and comprehensive documentation of experimental results that supported ongoing development efforts in electric vehicle energy storage systems. Her methodical approach to technical challenges generated recognition from engineering supervisors who appreciated her analytical rigor and strategic thinking capabilities that exceeded typical internship performance expectations. The academic recognition of Madison's research contributions included invitation to present findings at undergraduate research symposiums, where her systematic methodology and significant results attracted attention from faculty members and industry representatives seeking talented students for advanced research opportunities and professional development programs. Her presentation skills, developed through crisis management communication experience, enabled effective technical communication that enhanced her professional reputation within engineering communities. Professor Kim's recommendation of Madison for national undergraduate research competitions reflected institutional confidence in her exceptional capabilities, while providing opportunities for broader recognition within engineering education communities that valued systematic excellence and innovative problem-solving approaches. The competition participation required comprehensive documentation of research methodology and results analysis that demonstrated advanced analytical capabilities typically associated with graduate-level research performance. Madison's systematic approach to competition preparation included comprehensive literature review, detailed experimental design documentation, and strategic presentation development that would effectively communicate research significance and practical applications to evaluation committees comprising distinguished engineering professionals and academic researchers. Her methodical preparation ensured competitive performance while building valuable experience in professional research communication and technical documentation standards. The networking opportunities generated through competition participation provided Madison with connections to engineering professionals and academic researchers who appreciated her systematic methodology and exceptional research capabilities. These professional relationships expanded her understanding of career pathway options while providing mentoring support and collaboration opportunities that could accelerate her advancement within engineering communities, valuing innovative research and strategic thinking. Madison's second semester academic planning incorporated advanced coursework in thermodynamics, electrical systems, and materials engineering that would support continued research contributions while building comprehensive knowledge foundation for engineering specialization decisions. Her systematic approach to course selection balanced theoretical understanding development with practical application opportunities that would enhance her research capabilities and professional preparation for advanced career development. The continued research responsibilities in Professor Kim's laboratory included leadership roles in experimental design and data analysis that reflected growing confidence in Madison's capabilities, while providing valuable experience in research team coordination and project management. Her systematic approach to collaborative research demonstrated leadership potential that attracted faculty attention regarding accelerated degree pathway opportunities and graduate school preparation possibilities. Madison's evaluation of graduate school preparation requirements included systematic analysis of research experience expectations, academic performance standards, and professional development activities that would position her competitively for admission to elite engineering programs emphasizing sustainable energy research and environmental applications. Her methodical planning ensured optimal preparation while maintaining flexibility for career pathway decisions based on evolving interests and opportunities throughout her undergraduate progression. The comprehensive documentation of Madison's academic and research achievements provided foundation for continued scholarship applications and professional recognition that would support educational advancement, while building credentials essential for competitive career opportunities within technology industries and research institutions. Her systematic approach to achievement documentation demonstrated strategic thinking that would serve her effectively throughout professional development and career advancement activities. Madison's reflection on her transformation from crisis management through family theft to recognized academic excellence at MIT emphasized the validation of systematic thinking and principled decision-making that had generated opportunities exceeding original expectations. Her methodical approach to educational optimization continued to create advantages while establishing professional reputation for analytical excellence and strategic innovation that would support career advancement throughout engineering profession. Up next, you've got two more standout stories right on your screen. If this one hit the mark, you won't want to pass these up. Just click and check them out. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upload from us.